All right, girls, how do we start it? Brunch, please.
Oh, God, it keeps getting better.
I don't disagree. I feel like a little songbird of our time.
Well,
practicing.
that was obviously for Mardi Gras, because it is
Keep saying it.
Mardi Gras today.
Mardi Gras.
Mardi Gras.
Mardi Gras.
How would you say it?
Mardi Gras.
Okay, you think that the people from good old Nolans say Mardi Gras?
No, I think they
No,
say
it's Mardi Gras.
I think they say Mardi
And
Gras.
as the French don't pronounce S's, I'm pretty sure.
You don't even know a parish, do you? Do you?
Hold up. Hey, woman, so we gon' be small. We gon' rock it till the wheels fall off. Hold up. Hey, woman, so we rock it till the wheels fall off. See, hope you're ready for the next episode.
Gals.
Hey, Rach, what's up?
Hello.
Welcome to the party.
You guys, I had such a dork weekend. Did you guys do anything fun?
No, I had a sick child, and now I'm feeling under the weather.
I was like sober with kids all weekend, playing board games, watching like Guardians of the Galaxy.
Such a good flick, though. What did you do?
I did sports. You know, Mike's in like lacrosse, choir, football, baseball. We did all the things.
Is choir sport these days? Is that what they have to say?
All you Irish these days. You psycho?
Well, it is an
No.
activity.
He joined choir because he liked a girl that was in choir, and now he loves it.
What a man.
He actually could probably come here and do like a brunch,
I feel
like low.
I feel like that's
like
how
low.
all guys like start the things that they actually like a clean house or like
Cheerleading.
Yeah.
I'll do a round off right now. Don't test me.
I think it actually
I'm just
probably
kidding.
started like that.
I
Honestly.
never made the cheerleading team. I was talking to my girlfriend about this. My girlfriend that's usually here, my business partner, was a cheerleader. She was even in the movie Bring It On. She was so good. She was fit. She went all the way through college, like nationals.
Is her
won
name in the
everything.
credits?
Lisa? Should be.
Well, we're gonna have to obviously fact check that.
She would love that.
So,
And I will get the
please.
clip of her in Bring It On. It's during the Spirit Stick
Can
scene.
we do a side-by-side of her in the clip and then her in real life?
Absolutely.
Okay.
But people always ask me if I was a cheerleader, I think, because I'm like short and like all the time. And I'm like, oh, I tried out a lot. And I'd always be like, Mom, I didn't make it. I think it's my GPA. And my mom's like, okay, we saw the tryout. I'd be like going to the left and everyone was going to the right. And I'd be like, sick. I'm doing it.
to be honest, that totally happened to me too.
Did it?
I think people are like, you should try out for this because you look like you would
look
be,
the part.
You look the part. And I was like, well, then just give me the fucking outfit. Like,
I'll just stand there.
show
That's
up.
all I wanted. Those girls got to wear really, and I was in Texas. They got to wear the cutest outfit. And I
totally
I
get
should have
it.
been in a band outfit. I don't know what I was doing. I think I was in Circle of Friends and French Club. Some really
Did
cool
you do
stuff.
any sports in high school?
I danced from when I was 4 until I was almost 20.
And they didn't let you on the cheerleading team?
Well,
It's competitive in Texas.
doing
maybe.
lyrical ballet and tumbling are two totally different things.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is that a funny
Okay.
Did you play sports?
I was going to ask you the same
Oh,
thing.
I did. I played everything.
Wait, let me guess.
Were you good?
I feel like she
Yeah.
did basketball because Britney Spears did.
Well, I did, but I went to hug. Oh, we went over that last time. And I would just steal the ball and then pass it to the point guard.
You'd be like, oh, don't
and then
hurt
she
me.
would do it all. But I played 4 sports in high school, actually. I played volleyball, basketball, softball, and I ran track.
A lot of balls.
A lot of balls.
A lot of balls.
Volleyball was my favorite, though. I was good at that one. Really good.
And all the like fun people played volleyball. Like it's just like a sport you could carry on through your whole life. Like you can't like as a woman, I think, pick up a game of basketball, but you can go up to a beach anywhere, especially like Southern California, and like join in on a beach team. And that's super fun.
Please
Yeah,
play
volleyball
the music from the volleyball scene in Top Gun right now as
Absolutely.
she's saying
That
it.
was the hot request.
What did you do besides stand-up comedy for your lunchroom?
Well, besides being super hot and a pillar of my class,
Not true.
I did cross country, track.
Oh, you did used to run with Dave.
Yes, I did endurance running. Yeah, that was like kind of my thing, which is really funny because we'll have to get like a full shot of this. But the frame, interesting choice, right? Like that's like wild because these titties have been a part of me since 2003.
Lucky. I thought I was like, this adolescent child. Started my period. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to get boobs. This is excellent. Nope.
Well, mine
Never
was quite
did.
the opposite experience. I got them, like I woke up one day and I was like, huh.
Suffocating.
But it was like almost, it was like, and it was literally like within a month, I was like nothing to a D. And like, so I was just like out here,
my God, I prayed for that.
sifting through air balloons. No. And then you know what they, like every day getting up was a new adventure. And they hurt so bad. And then all of a sudden you go from being a dork to just like this sexual creature.
Yeah.
And then you're getting this crazy attention
From all the men.
from everywhere and
Yeah.
you don't know what to do with it. So obviously it's kind of like they said in Spider-Man, with great power comes great responsibility.
Okay, I need to step off it today. I'm already crying off all my makeup.
It was a traumatizing experience.
I became a woman like 6 months ago, so I was hideous, a hideous child. I'm telling you, in middle school, this is why I was stuffed in a locker in 8th grade. Kristen, I'm sorry I told your mom you were a witch, but you were practicing witchcraft.
Oh, she was a part of the
Do you
occult.
remember
did what you had to do.
when I was in middle school, and I'm just like a few days older than you guys, the craft was very, very,
Yes.
very popular.
When I was in
and then
sixth
girls
grade.
in middle school were like, I'm going to put you in a trance. And I was like terrified of all these witches.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
I told my friend's mom that I thought she was trying to become a witch, and she found out and she put me in my locker and closed it.
And that's why she
I
got
mean,
called
that's
a
kind of
witch.
witchy though.
That is witchy.
Yeah.
Yeah, what a dick.
Honestly, middle school was a tough time.
Middle school
I had,
was
like-
probably the worst experience, hands down, of my life. Who has a good middle school story?
Nobody's was worse than mine. I had 8 teeth pulled because my mouth was too small. They had to expand my mouth. So my mouth was this big, but I was this big. And then they put it like a bumper in my lip. So sometimes when I talked, which I had a lisp because of the expander, I would just drool. Just drool.
Sick.
And I started to have acne. I was like stuffing. I was stealing my sister's clothes, which are too big for me, and taking, my school picture. I'll find them. I will find them.
The art of stuffing is lost.
It
I
is.
did because I wanted the titty. I wanted
Of
the
course.
boobs.
Well, and now all of a sudden people are looking up to people like Kylie Jenner and what's the other one?
Which one is Kylie's the model?
Bieber,
right?
Haley Bieber.
Oh, yeah.
These are all like flat-chested people that these young
Like
girls want
Kendall's.
to. They want
Oh.
to cut their hair like here so they look like Lord Farquaad, and they don't want titties anymore. Like these are the facts.
Yeah.
We were up against Pamela Anderson. Full circle.
Yeah. Yes.
I
Full
mean,
circle.
seriously, we were blonde
Jessica
hair.
Rabbit was
Jessica
I wanted
Rabbit.
to be Jessica Rabbit so bad. I saw her and I was like, oh my gosh, that is it. And of course she's a cartoon, but still, that's what I wanted to be.
Oh my God!
I'm
Who-
going to say you almost nailed it.
I had a cartoon crush.
Yeah.
Was it Elmer Fudd?
No.
Was it
Mine either.
the
That's
Brad
weird.
Pitt movie? Brandon, what's it called?
Oh,
Cool World.
Cool World.
I loved her so much.
Oh my
With
God,
the
I
bangs
loved her, and I
boobs
love
the-
Brad Pitt. I only found that movie recently.
Brad Pitt was a cartoon?
During the
It's
pandemic.
amazing. Did you love it?
I did.
I watched
I got
that as a
totally
child
lost.
and loved it.
Okay, Cool World. It is basically Roger Rabbit, but not.
I immediately, you know what I thought you were talking about? Cool Runnings with the egg, the Jamaican bobsled tune. I was like, oh, that's...
I mean,
Hot
I like
choice for
that
both
too.
of you.
I like that too. But that's not the one.
That is a true
I didn't
story.
want to look like that.
Throwing that out. Talk about perseverance. That circles back
Wait,
to me
hold-
trying out for cheerleading. Like,
Oh,
you never
yes.
although I never made it.
Okay, but really fast. Who was your cartoon crush? Go.
Captain Planet. He's a hero, gonna take pollution down to zero. Fire, earth, wind, water, together combine. Captain Planet. Right?
That's amazing.
Or He-Man. I was in England, so we were like a year behind, I feel like, in the cartoons.
Or ahead. Who knows?
Maybe we were ahead.
We'll have to circle back
Maybe
to
it came
that.
out later for you guys.
Rachel, who's your cartoon crush?
It would be Jessica Rabbit, only
No, no,
because
no.
I idolized her.
I'm talking sexual guy.
a sexual guy. Well,
Machine
Captain
Gun
America
Kelly.
is pretty good.
Captain America?
Yeah.
Was he
Pretty
good?
good.
Oh, okay. Mine was legitimately Max, Goofy's son.
Oh my gosh,
He had a really good heart.
You know what? And
I
he-
literally,
he had
as
some
a
game.
young
He had
girl,
game.
I was like, I love him. Like, in a inappropriate way. Like, this was my thing. I'm not kidding you. I was like, I want Goofy's son Max to be my boyfriend.
Yeah.
I think that's actually darling now that I say it out loud.
Yeah.
I actually thought it was pretty darling too, as you were saying it.
Yeah. I was
Little
like,
sweetie.
I know. Who
You
knew?
little sweetie.
Do you believe in ghosts?
Yeah.
In ghosts?
Should I elaborate?
Yes. You have a story.
Yes, I believe in the paranormal. I believe in ghosts, and I think that all things like that are real. Especially if you give life to it a little bit. I'm a huge Virginia City person, so I've had personal ghost experiences, which I'd love to elaborate on later. But yeah, I have experienced the paranormal, and I absolutely think that it's real. You know what it is today for me? I think it's just these like sleepy, tired vibes.
Oh, because it's really gloomy
It's
outside.
just really gloomy here. I put on a sequin shirt, but like, you know, when you just like are tired, like your eyes are kind of heavy and you
Don't
know,
look
you
at
hate
me. I had
everyone.
weird Botox. It pushed my eyes down instead of up, so I'm a little.
Is that recent?
Yeah, it's fully kicked in. I mean, but
looks
instead of my eyes going up, and I've got a heavy eyelid, they're like, I kind of feel like a little bit Fred Munster or something.
No, I think you look really good.
I think it looks
No,
great.
You win some, you lose
All
some.
right, Rachel, tell
Yeah.
us some things.
Well, what did you want to go over horoscopes?
Yes. Rachel is obsessed with zodiacs. So she can research if you guys want to send in actually your birth date and
Yes.
stuff, she can tell you exactly who you are
Yeah,
based on so you need your birth date, the time you were born,
and the location.
and the location. Not
time
like the
zone.
hemisphere. Yeah.
Yeah,
Or the,
Right.
okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
So you did ours.
So I did both of yours. You are a Scorpio with a Sagittarius rising and an Aquarius moon,
Which means.
which means that you are nice and sensitive and lovey, but you don't come across that way. You come across like you might not have a lot of emotion to things, but you feel the things. You just don't come across that way.
Do you know
Is
what?
that wrong?
I think that's so accurate because Dave will be like, I've seen you cry 5 times in 15 years. Are you a psycho?
But your
Yeah.
Sagittarius
I
rising
really-
is a lot of
yeah.
fun.
I like to
You
hold
don't
it all
like to
right
say
in
no
there.
to things because you're bold
Right there.
and funny and all of those things.
For sure I'm funny.
Well, obvious.
Yours.
Mine, I'm a disaster. I'm a Cancer with a Virgo rising, which is not great. It's the mean one. They're the see you next Tuesdays. But it's fine.
What's your date again?
July 16th.
Okay.
And then I'm a Cancer moon also, so I'm also very sensitive. But I can be so mean that you don't even know I'm sensitive because that Virgo takes over.
I always think it's super interesting when mean people are sensitive.
Yeah, that's me. So
Okay.
It's like a, like Kristen, the girl that pushed me in my locker, I'm sure she was very sensitive. I think she might have been a moon rising also.
yeah, totally. And then I just did your chart this morning.
She's so scared to be hurt.
And I was not wrong. I told you that you are a fire rising. I thought an Aries rising, just based off of how I know you. Turns out you're also a Sagittarius rising, which is probably why you guys get along very well. And you have an air moon, and you have an air moon.
Okay.
So you guys can come across like you don't care because air signs usually don't have a lot of feelings, right? But you're a Scorpio, so you do.
I actually have
You're
something to
a double
say.
Gemini, though. So you couldn't really care if you hurt someone's feelings. all
Alicia,
the time.
you actually were my prince son 300 years ago. And I've actually made you mine again.
Okay, here's my whole thing. I've coined this. I feel like hurt feelings are
Oh.
none of my business.
Oh, okay.
Like genuinely.
Because you don't get attached to
If
it.
I hurt your feelings with and all of this is on the caveat that there is no malicious intent, right?
Right.
If I hurt your feelings and you're like, Alicia, something you said that was not mean-spirited hurt my feelings. Well, that's none of my business. That sounds like a tackle that we have to do in here. Maybe some inward work. Right?
Right, but
She
the
said it to me.
ultra sensitive
It's true.
people,
Because full circle
they
with
want
the
you to
Harry Moon
give them
rising
a there
over the crust.
and hold their little hearts, and you're like,
Oh, grow up.
it's not. That's
I feel like you just described a conversation that we have had in our years of friendship.
But
Screw you, Alicia. I'm pounding
You
it.
both lead with logic, and you both lead with you're very bold,
Okay.
funny, bold, like to be in the limelight, like this. You don't shy away from the center of attention. You don't have to always be, but if you are,
You know,
it's
on
okay.
On a serious note, because I know that a lot of people suffer with social anxiety these days. I feel like that's like a really new
Yeah.
thing that we are now
reach it.
hearing of. I think that it's not so much wanting to be center of attention, but I love a good, and I know Michelle's the exact same way, which is truly how we did
What do you think
connect.
about me?
I know nothing. Is I want to go into a party and I want to make everybody have a good time. I don't know why I have deemed that my responsibility, but I have. It is my burden to bear. You see these angel wings behind me? These torched
Are
feathers?
you referring to me?
And Michelle is the exact same way. I love when Michelle and I go out to a big social setting, we rarely get to visit with each other at all.
Because you're both social butterflies.
Because we're both kind of like cultivating the area. We don't like anybody being left out. I mean, really, I know if that's the sensitive part, like I don't like anybody feeling excluded.
Yeah.
And I really just like want to laugh and have a good time. I don't like any mean-spirited stuff.
I don't want any wallflowers. I want
No,
to
I
bring you out
want
of
you
that.
fully engaged.
Yeah.
Now, what I've grown up or grown into now is realizing that those people hate us.
the wallflowers. Yeah, they're like, get away from me.
Alicia is not a social butterfly. She's a sociopath. I met Alicia and I fell in love with her instantly, and we have never parted ways. In fact, when I moved, she came and saw me the most out of all the people. She's not even a hard cookie to crack. You just have to accept her, and she accepts everyone. So if you accept her, you're already accepted. You're in.
You know what though? I'm the type of person, I will just sit in the cuts and wait for something to come along. But if you come along, I'll be into it.
Yes, but you're
But I'll
different
just stay in the
because
cuts. As
Michelle
long
and
as
I
can.
could like talk to a fucking wall. I know that you have a little bit like you need more merit than that, which I love. Like Ian's the same. Ian's very passionate about the things that genuinely interest him. But if you come up to me, like when I met Michelle and they're like, "Oh, I'm a pilot," and I'm like, "Well, I like to fly high." And that's how that started.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, I think you just need more gas in the tank to like take off. Whereas like I want to build the runway.
If I smoke, oh my gosh, then I come to life. And this is true. The people in this room have seen it. Yeah, most people get tired when they smoke and they get relaxed. I like come to life. I'm the opposite.
It's like a brain chemistry thing. So you feel like marijuana.
But because I feel like I don't care anymore.
Well, I think we should clarify for our audience across the U.S. Like, we're not smoking meth in Reno.
Well,
No,
some
it's
people
marijuana.
are.
yeah.
Well, we're
I'd
not.
say
I'm not.
Well, nobody here is, but I'm saying I think
like
we
my
have a
teeth
problem.
and I like my skin.
Yeah.
No, what
I
I'm
do
saying
think
is
we
when
have
we
a
talk
problem.
about smoking, we're
I'm
not talking
good.
about nicotine. And we're not talking about vaping. We're talking about marijuana.
Yes.
You feel like it brings you out of your shell.
Absolutely.
Okay.
100%.
Do you want to be brought out of your shell a lot?
Only sometimes.
I
when
mean,
it's
I just feel
appropriate.
like social anxieties is a huge hot topic these days.
Yeah.
Like people are suffering.
I have anxiety in general, but if I did that, I would be like,
I know a lot of people get paranoid. My dad, he
What'd you
says
say?
to me that if he does like, sativa, he'll get really paranoid. So he does hybrid and indica. These are the conversations I have with my dad.
yep.
Hi, Dad. He'll never watch
That's
this,
beautiful.
so it's fine. But we get real with each other about the things,
Yeah.
and he thinks sativa's too much, but he has anxiety too. But he's a Cancer with a Libra rising and a Sagittarius moon, so he likes to dabble.
All of this makes sense to you.
He likes to dabble in some things. What is your love language then? What would you say? your
Okay,
love
so I
language?
was going to ask you this.
Okay.
What are the 5 love languages? It's
Yeah.
like physical touch, gifts, words of affirmation. What are chores? What is that called again?
Acts
Acts of service.
And the last one was
Quality time.
quality time. I would have to think, and I have not read the book, but I think I feel the best. I don't know what this would fall into, and this is so shallow. I am almost 40 years old, and this is what I'm going to say, and this is going to blow the lid right off of America.
Ooh,
My
dead eye
most
contact.
favorite thing is when my husband posts something sweet about me on social media.
Words of affirmation.
Because it makes me feel like he's so proud of me.
It's like
and
a
because
validating.
he's so non-social media, because he's so military and he's so professional and he's all this, he never gets on there. So when he posts something, and I know I look at other people's stuff, and if somebody is posting too much, I'm like, they are having trouble in their marriage. But when he does it to me, I'm like, I've never felt more loved. And that's like super shallow, but I guess that would be words of affirmation.
Yeah.
Dave's for sure physical touch.
I don't know why that would be shallow. I mean, somebody wrote a book on this being a fundamental love language. I'm just giving you the out. It's not shallow. There is a huge, vast amount of people who feel exactly the same way you
I
do.
feel like I'm in my head like, hey guys, I told you Dave loved me.
Right, but it is a nice
Like,
gesture
facts.
when they're sharing you with the world, and for someone who normally doesn't do that,
Yeah.
it is validating for sure. What is
Is that
your
too
love?
much?
What is your love language?
Acts of service, without a doubt, hands down, make my life easier.
Yeah.
What's
I
Ian's?
don't need Ian's is words of affirmation and physical touch, like equal. Like seriously, neck and neck. He is dual. If I had any dual, it would be quality time. I love spending quality time with either friends or my significant other. Like we really need to connect. But like ultimately, physical, no. Words of affirmation, absolutely not. Like I could not.
You already know that you're awesome.
You guys, I should have said quality time because I don't get to see him that much.
I think that's why
I'm like,
words of
that's fine. Just post me
No.
on Instagram. Make sure I'm pretty.
Well, can we unpack that for a second?
But no, when I am with Dave at home, I
Yeah.
will legit cancel every single plan I
was
have
like-
to hang out with my favorite person who happens to be Dave. Thank God.
Okay, I'm really glad you saw that. I was like, because when you guys
That's why I
do
didn't say
get
that.
to spend time, it's
almost-
intense
lot.
quality.
Yeah.
It's like he expects
wanna
that.
hear
What's
yours?
yours? Oh my gosh, all of
Gifts.
them. Yeah.
Gifts.
I need words of affirmation. Tell me how beautiful I am. Grovel at my feet. I also need gifts. I also love quality time, and I also love physical touch.
Are these for your friend? This could
This
actually
is like
be-
I need you to be obsessed with me. I need you to lick my face, tell me it tastes great, give me something afterwards. Like I need it all. I
We're
love
really
it
getting
all.
into the meat and potatoes right
I
now.
love everything.
I think love languages could roll over into friendships too.
Yes.
And as we get older, and like I have 2
1000%.
kids, and I'm incredibly busy,
Yeah.
and you
Your
know,
tank has
I'm
to
living
get
all
filled
these different
somehow.
lives between my husband and my friends.
Yeah.
that I've been trying to individually pour into certain people because I feel like we have to do that, or eventually your kids grow up and move out, and you totally have lost yourself. You don't have any
Couldn't agree
friends
more.
because you didn't call Susan back in 1988 about that Tupperware longer burger party or whatever. You know what I mean? Like you got to keep your friends, right?
I agree. And the friend thing, you get different feedback and a different kind of, I guess, what's the word I'm looking for?
I feel very
Acceptance.
lifted up after I see you guys. I have a
Yeah. That's what I mean. You get something from your friends that you normally wouldn't get.
right.
This is going to sound savage,
Okay.
but this is what I've really always believed in after I found myself like as an adult woman, like truly. If you don't have something to offer, we can't continue this relationship. That goes for male relationships, and that also went for friendships.
Like
If you-
diamonds or
No, not for me. That like physical gifts, weren't it. They weren't. Like, I don't know.
I think I want a soft place to land and no judgment zone.
I just want to have a really, really good time when I'm around you. Friend or husband. Like, I was with guys in the past where I was like either babysitting or he didn't know where I was at, which I actually enjoyed that one.
Did you say you used to babysit dudes?
Well, like, yeah, in a relationship, you go out and you're like, oh, I got a live one.
I hate this. So I love that. Brandon is so social, and he can talk to anyone if we're in a social setting. I do love that,
Brandon.
Yes. And I don't have to hold his hand and baby him. I can do whatever, and he can do whatever, and then we can circle back and be together also. Yeah. I don't have to babysit, like you're saying.
Well, and it's interesting that you say that, though, because as whatever the unicorn crescent moon says, Ian, I think, would ideally like me to be riding him in as a horse to a party.
And never leave him alone.
And never leave him alone. Like, I think if I saddled him and I had my noble steed by my side, like, that's what he wants.
I like some murder shows. I really got into Casey Anthony. That wasn't really a show. That was like real, the trial. I watched it every morning religiously. I still watch. They do like certain things on her. I still watch them. She's grown now. She still claims she didn't do it, but.
You know what is my other love language? Murder. Murder shows, murder stats, murder stories, murder documentaries, murder movies that aren't even based on anything. I want murder. I want to solve crimes, and I want to know why people are so freaking psycho. So, I was thinking about this when we had talked about that. Maybe we'd talk about love languages, right? Sure. Because I don't know what those were. Here is Reno, where we are. Here's our crime stats. And this is from the internet, so you know it's true. Most accurate 2023 crime rates for Reno. Your chance of being a victim of a violent crime in Reno. Can you pan in close? 1 in 74. That's a lot. That's a lot. Do you want to know what it is about just a property or violent crime? Do you want me to do it in that voice again?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
1 in 35.
I love that that's your heart's
desire. Are you guys like, I'm like, ugh, I'm like so nervous right now. I don't want to walk to Tyler's walking me to my car. I'm scared.
I'll walk you to your car.
I'm real scared.
I have to
I don't even have a taser.
The one thing that I do appreciate with Ian is that I feel like if anything were to happen, like sometimes like I feel like I'm waiting for it to happen.
Because you want a documentary?
Because I want it to be like a really bad day for that.
Yeah. You're ready though. I'm ready. But that's why nothing will happen to you because they know. They're like, oh shit, she's fucking ready. No, I can't deal.
Truly. You know what Ted Bundy said when they were asking him and they were going through all this stuff?
I'm sure I have it on my quote wall.
How did you pick a victim? He goes, I could tell by the way she walked. Like that is the energy that you're giving off. Like
I'm gonna start walking like with a limp or something.
You gotta walk like a gangster.
I would disagree because I feel like if you have a limp, you got a story.
Yeah. They're gonna be like, oh, she's got a bum knee.
Follow me to my house. You know why I keep my house like a model home 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? Because when they show crime shows and somebody has been murdered, if their house is dirty, if they have like, if they're hoarders or if there's like dishes in the sink, I'm like, you know what? She fucking deserved it.
You know what?
Then I would deserve
trash.
She was trash.
Again.
My house is perfect at all times.
Canceled. We're canceled.
I left again because if like a bomb had gone off in my house. Again.
If I get murdered, they're going to be like, oh, she loaded her dishwasher. She has her daughter's bows hung up on the wall. She was a queen. She didn't deserve that.
You are out of
And I'm going to think, no, I didn't. Everyone.
I will have to agree. Actually, I used to be way more OCD, like Michelle here, where everything had to be perfect. But now Brandon's like, you don't have to stress over these things. That will get done at some point. Yeah. And just live your life. Mm-hmm. I feel bad for your anxiety. and your cleaning.
Yeah, it's nowhere to live.
I'm telling you, if I
No.
get murdered, people will not be like wearing white and like, well, she lived a good one. They'll be like, did you see how clean her house was? She absolutely did not deserve this.
If somebody
That's what I want.
if somebody opens my door,
And an open casket. So don't hit me in the face. I want like Dave to be able to lean in and be like, good night, sweet angel.
Are you serious? You want an open casket?
Oh yeah, and like a bikini top or something.
There's no way. I want to be cremated and dust to the wind.
Nope, worst fear.
No.
If you cremate me, you have to cut off my head immediately. Because what if
getting really
somebody has broken in? Picture this. And this has happened. I saw it on SVO. They can give you a shot to where your heart is so slow, people think you're dead. And then they put you in the cremation chamber and you're just paralyzed. And you're like, oh, shit.
actually,
That is, that's the
one
worst
of-
thing I could ever imagine.
Ian told me one time he would have his head cut off into a box if he could just watch us all live.
I think you guys should cut that. That is absolutely psychotic. Ian, we love you. He's
hope you
going to
keep
get
it.
dragged for that.
No, he said he loves us so much that he would be like okay with just like
No.
witnessing life. I'm
All
like,
I
isn't
know-
that what
No.
to be an angel is?
Yeah, or a ghost. Would
Sure,
you believe
we-
in that?
we are
Do you
all
believe in
future
ghosts?
ghosts. We know that.
Oh, hot question. If you guys died, do you want your significant others to move on and be happy without you?
Absolutely not.
I said no.
Your mom is moving in, or my mom is moving
will
in.
haunt you.
Have fun, Dave.
I will haunt you.
Yeah, I told Ian.
No, absolutely not.
I'm with
Nobody's
you both.
happy when I die.
I would haunt.
I love him so much.
forever.
I want him to be miserable.
I want my kids
me or
to
nothing.
be happy.
Me or nothing.
Kids happy, husband. I want Dave being like, sorry, I can't go out again. My wife died 19 years ago.
No, 1000%. I want them to open that creaky door part, and he's rocking, smoking a cigar. He looks like he's 85, but he's 62. You know,
He
what
never
I mean?
got over you.
Never got it. He's just like, oh,
His life is
and it's
forever
one of those
ruined.
like heart throb stories where he like finds happiness, but really in journaling.
With work, not with another woman.
Okay, I've thought about this. In a plane, right? You're in a plane, but then you crash and drown. Boom. So like you're in a plane crash, right? Like that's not fucking bad enough. And then you drown in the ocean. Well, I don't know. Like I imagine like crashing the plane into the ocean, like buckled or unbuckled. I feel like when they're like, buckle your seatbelts, it's turbulence. Like I feel like that's like, I don't know. If we drop out of the fucking sky, that's like the worst case.
That's the other thing. I don't think people have to know each other's feelings all the time. Like, can we move on from that?
If you
Sometimes
knew-
keep it to yourself. If your feelings are hurt, leave the situation. A new day. I don't need to know, like, kind of what you were talking about earlier.
I don't
I don't
none of
need
my
to
business.
sit down. And I am guilty of this. I am like trying to get through the ropes of not like oversharing in a new situation for sure. Somebody, you know, I'm not like,
Yes.
you know, somebody will be like, hey, nice to meet you. I'm like, thanks. My husband's a pilot. My dog just died. And I'm kind of sad right now. I feel like I might be getting a UTI. Like, I don't know. I like fully, because I'm so nervous. But I do know that what you say sticks with people forever, especially from being a military brat. I moved like 14 times in 18 years.
That's hard.
Like, you have to
It's
be
actually the
on
best.
point with your reputation.
Probably
You
better.
just do. Well, you guys know that from the first episode. I obviously live by that. Live by that.
Okay, yes, with the reputation, but I love this saying, speaking on that, and it says, your reputation is how you make people feel.
Did you just make that up, Confucius? That is amazing.
No, it's pretty hot, wasn't it?
I
No,
like
really,
that.
Your reputation is how you make people feel. I'm going to continue to live my life how I want to live it. If I make you feel like a welcomed, open person around me, I hope that's my reputation. If you don't want to like curse like me or live my lifestyle, dye your hair like me, have awesome titties like me, I get it.
But you want her around for entertainment. keep going.
Exactly. That is your reputation. As
Yeah.
long, like, I think people weigh in on reputation. I think they're thinking too much into it. Your reputation is how you make people feel when you're around them. Period.
And also after you, that's all they remember once you're gone. I could die tomorrow. Everyone knows how clean my house is. Somebody is dying to get in and murder me.
Michelle,
I'm just
hate
saying.
to break it to you, your clean house is the last fucking memory your ass leaves behind. Easily.
It's the real from last week, isn't it?
Damn it. Actual ass is what people will remember.
Damn it! Somebody cut that from the Galentines. Just kidding. It was facts. So.
I know what you're saying. I look back on not here specifically, but like every once in a while I'll be brushing my teeth and that moment pops up and I'm just like, oh no.
Yeah, you audibly go,
Oh yeah.
So
I
you don't
have
to
literally
think about it.
been like putting my bow on, doing my eye cream, and then it like creeps in and then it's just like, oh fuck. No.
But you have
no.
to remember that if you're honest about those moments and those feelings, like genuinely who I am as a person is just, I have diarrhea of the mouth. I don't think about what I say. I mean, to a certain extent,
Yes.
you know what I mean? I'm a
Yes.
very honest, authentic
but I think
person.
that-
And what comes out sometimes super disappoints
I think
people.
that's what people
and
like
shocks
though
them.
about
And that's
you.
okay.
I like
And
that
I'm
about
not-
you.
And I know you're like this. I don't know if you are or not. Because I think you're very, very likable. But I know for myself, and I can speak to truth on Alicia, you either love us or there is no room in your palate for us. We're either
Yes, so true.
fugazi or we're not. There's one that can they can go around, they can be good friends with a lot of people, they're not very offensive. And there is another type of person, Alicia, I'm not naming names. You either love them or you hate them. You're incredibly offensive or you're not.
Yeah.
You are also very loving, but
Yeah.
people either love you or they hate you. Like there's not a middle
Thought-provoking.
road. There's not a middle road. And I think that's for me too. I mean, you're either Farrah Fawcett or you have a freaking mullet. I don't know.
Ooh.
Those are two totally different things, right?
Mullets are
I
coming
agree.
back.
They are coming back.
So I love Farrah Fawcett though, but mullets,
Thanks
I don't know.
to Summer
Kyle
House.
from Summer House. He even had an air wrap to flip it out. Amanda flipped it out. Did you see this? Did you
Hey.
see it?
Guess what?
I forgot about it, but I did see it.
Tell us. You're the hair
Ian's
girl.
best friend, Mike, is growing out a mullet right now, a mullet as I like to call them. And yes, Mike, I'm giving you a shout out. Write in, send a photo of your mullet for the show.
Robert Moulet.
And I love a hilarious haircut, and I think anybody who has like the pride to grow a mullet needs to be seen.
You know what? It
thoughts
takes
on
a certain kind of person to really hone in and be like, I'm committed and I want a mullet. Who
Give me
says
one
that?
on camera
I
right
would
now.
never-
Somebody buzz the top of my head.
You guys, this is my honest opinion. Nobody who has ever grown a mullet has a small wiener.
Kyle?
Kyle grew one?
Summer House? No, not my Kyle. Summer House Kyle. Kyle, not you. I know you're going to watch
Did you
this.
see?
I'm
I
gonna
was
be sitting next
surprised.
to you. No, not that one. I'm talking about Summer House. What else happened on Summer House?
I don't even know. Lindsay and Carl are a thing.
Besides Alicia making fun of the size of a pecker. Hey, like I said, you either love her or hate her. Guess what? I hate her too, you guys. After this, I'm going to tear up our friendship contract and I'm going to take back my blood sister.
What about your
handshake.
tattoo?
Can't do it. It's Megan Fox and Machine Gun Kelly.
I'm going to, my tattoo.
I'm sorry, guys. That one threw me.
Hey, Alicia, drink the blood.
Okay. Sorry, Kyle from Summer House and your mullet. Let's go.
Well, his mullet is that how you say it? It's very it's a tight one, but his fiance, his wife,
Like a tiger.
she Dyson air wrapped so it flipped out, and it was cute.
Was it
was
like
not cute.
Tiger King cute? Because I don't know why we're talking about Summer House. when we could have been
Nobody
talking
is
about
Tiger King cute. Oh. I know what you're saying. Honestly, aside from Theo, I'm out. I think they make you kind of look like you're a little stinky. And I think people are going to comment on this that maybe I look a little stinky, and that's okay because sometimes I am. Depends on I have anxiety.
What do you think about Lala Kent?
I love Lala Kent. From her hair to her eyebrows to her lips to the things that come out of her mouth to that booty. I am here for Lala Kent. I think she's in a little hot water right now and she's gonna get through it, but I am a fan of Lala Kent.
If you could have one guest on Brunch, please, who would it be?
Ooh, Lala Kent.
Okay, perfect.
Call me.
Lala Kent and Katie Maloney were on Watch What Happens Live, and they're both kind of like, oh, I'm a single lady. Oh, I'm a single lady.
You're trying to get 26
Oh, I thought you guys were going to say single lady. Anyways, they were so cute on there, but Lala said something that was shocking. Did you watch this? Since
I did.
Lala actually has talked back to Alicia multiple times on social media.
They're friends.
We're friends.
Okay. Anyways, Lala had said that Randall is basically being accused of having a casting couch.
Yes.
A casting couch?
Like,
They all do it.
No, but like Weinstein.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Weinstein.
And
Weinstein. Close.
You win some, you lose some. Anyways, he's in prison. Nobody cares. No, he deserves to sit there and rot for the rest of his life. But she started like almost crying about it when she was talking about it.
She gets emotional about
Lala?
it. Yeah, because I think also it's like,
Why was she crying about it? See, this is the aloof Gemini. Ooh, I'm gonna like bleed into that.
Yes.
This is the aloof Gemini. She was on that casting couch.
That is that's
So
what people
stop.
are right. They're like,
Of
you were on
course
that
that's
couch.
sad.
You got
You
a
were-
Range Rover.
she
Stop.
thought it was only her though. She
No.
was naive.
Okay, well then you are Lala.
And yeah, she was naive and thought it was only her, and then
That says it all.
had a child with this man, and then she's like aghast when it happens to her.
This is
with someone
exactly
else.
what we're talking about with the phenomena of being a beautiful woman
I think it's
or man.
Phenomena. Do, 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 do. Phenomena. Do, 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 do. Phenomena.
So anyways, what I'm saying is this: you go out with a guy or a female, you can be a man too, I'm just saying, and you think that they're at some level in your mind, which makes you your own psychopath. And then you are somehow shocked when they do like these things to other people. That makes you either like a total victim, which is sad, or a narcissist. I don't know where Lala could fall.
Or a martyr.
Well, she is a Virgo, so she could be both. Narcissist.
No, a
is-
martyr is real though.
She is playing the victim after.
No. You
being
can play
the
a
vic-
martyr, but like a true martyr is a martyr, like a victim.
Okay, but you're saying playing.
I
whatever.
also
I'm
think
saying
her
playing
main
martyr.
hang up is that she has a human child with this man. And so she's super embarrassed and has to go through like all these legal things. So I think too, it's like when you're a mom, your brain changes. We've talked about this too.
We are all
I
mothers,
used to
which
be
makes this very
hardcore, now
relevant.
I'm very softcore, you know? But I don't know what I think the hang up is with her kid. She had a kid with this man and now she's like, oh my God, he's a terrible human.
Oh my God, he's Harvey Weinstein 2.0.
Shut up.
No,
I don't want to see you for 2 hours after this filming.
Obviously,
Easy.
I will have to say, truly no victim shaming. These things happen to us all regularly, even as regular women, not just like actresses and actors and models and in this showbiz area. Like these things happen to us in regular business settings all the time. So that is honored. However, in this circumstance, and I love Lala, I feel like when you have this platform to be like, I'm really shocked that this person is all of a sudden accused of these things when I was literally acting and living it for a decade is pretty wild.
I don't disagree at all.
Nobody can disagree because that is facts.
Yeah.
It's
the
pretty
internet.
dense.
It is.
And she talks all the time about how she was very, very young. I'm like, I mean,
You were
she
inside.
was 25.
Yeah.
yeah, everything
Like,
I was
figure it
doing
out.
at 5 was very intentional.
But I think you can absolutely put your blinders on And I think she truly
Here's the
did
best
kind
case-
of love him.
But
at
how
some
do you
point.
not know? So this is the thing. I go
No.
back to this. Like if you're living with someone, free nut.
Yeah.
If you're living with someone, how do you not know like what they're really up to? I mean, if it's like every night, oh, I have, a late night here and there.
He
I would be
traveled
like,
more than Dave, though. Dave has been home for, I think, 2 days in the last 17. And he's leaving again. Like, I think sometimes you have to trust that they're being faithful and a good human and following their morals on stuff on the
Absolutely.
other side of the continent or the world or wherever they are.
Absolutely.
Right?
But at the same
I would never question Dave. But I also didn't meet Dave on a casting couch, and he definitely hasn't bought me a Range Rover. My mom actually told me once, if you don't have anything nice to say, I forgot the rest of it. But I hope we all learned something from that.
You know what my mom told me once? I don't know how you're my child.
you know what my mom told me once? They'll get over it, or they won't. And either way,
It feels
don't
like
really care.
really, you know what? Here's to Machine Gun Kelly is anime.
Mm-hmm.
What else did we learn today?
Malay.
Malay. Malay.
You're welcome.
Madaga.
Love languages.
Love languages.
Mardi Gras.
Mad.
Mardi Gras.
Madigra.
It is Fat Tuesday. It's Fat Tuesday.
We should have had a king cake here.
If Erin
Somebody
lets me,
call the
I would
baker.
if Erin lets me, I'd love to submit photos of what her and Dom are actually up to.
Yeah.
And they're in Nolans.
I can say that.
Nolans.
Newlands.
She's being serious.
All right. Write in, you guys. What do you want to talk about? Like, okay, so here's the problem.
Yes.
I sat down this weekend and I thought, Michelle Journey McNally. I'm just saying, I'm kind of French, like the people in New Orleans.
You are so good
New
at
Orleans.
that.
What's the point? I'm a middle-aged, mediocre personality, a little above mediocre looking. You know what I mean? What's your point? Who wants to listen to you? Tell you who does. Mediocre housewives. I feel like I'm in. I feel like I'm going to be a hit.
They actually talk about this in business all the time. It's creating like your avatar, creating your, essential
AI.
target market, right? Like ideal client, target market. And here's the reality is if you're super fun, hot, want to be hot, not really hot, doesn't matter. And also interested in curse words tastefully and talking about all things that are relevant. And that can be personal all the way to pulp culture. This is for you.
Pulp culture? Pulp culture? that was actually pretty sick.
Actually, I do
Next on
love...
pulp culture. This is a news story, and it's pulp culture. Hey, sorry everyone. This is your last time to see Alicia on the podcast. She actually just got fired.
She's such a doucher.
And a loser, like the Jamaican bobsled team.
See you next Tuesday.
On brunch, please.
there we go.
Yeah.
Hold up.